Crypto ain't for sissies. Wow, guys. Obviously, this is quite a massive melt-up at the moment, seeing a bunch of altcoins hitting double digits for the day. And obviously, the big thing with Bitcoin was losing that important support. And now we're sitting with Bitcoin in the early 50,000s. We're sitting around 54,000. And as you can see over here, this is the bull market trend line, right? This is the original one where we held this for a very long period. We dropped it, went into a long bear period. And we always spoke about that important 48,000, that if we get through there, we go back into bull market vibes. And we did. We smashed through it, went to the 70,000s, and now we are sitting back at these major levels. So, guys, today is going to be very hard. It is going to feel very shitty. I think all of us feel shitty right now. I think all of us feel pissed off right now. There's a lot happening. And obviously, this is a lot because of, German government selling off a lot of Bitcoin, Mt. Gox. There's a lot of Bitcoin being sold at the moment. And we are seeing a little bit of a Bitcoin catch-up. However, again, altcoins are getting brutally smacked at the moment. Nonetheless, we do know we are getting to these low ranges of many RSIs, everything reset. We cannot say that the leverage is not flushed out of this market right now. We could see that the leverage is definitely to the downside. We are seeing the leverage get completely obliterated to the downside over here. Now the question is, where's the bottom? What areas are going to be looking at of where we can be bouncing? And then it's time to prepare for the short squeezes, right? Once we settle, once we get to the lows here, the market will settle down at where we'll get to certain areas. A lot of people will turn super bearish. It's very similar to when the markets are at the highs, everyone turns bullish. It's very similar during the lows. So you're probably going to hear a lot of things of Bitcoin going to maybe 30 now, maybe even the 20,000s, maybe even the $12,000 Bitcoin. People are coming back to these specific areas. Once that gets oversaturated, you'll see all the shorts get piled up, and then you'll see the squeeze start. For now, we have to pay attention to these major zones. So, guys, it is Friday. Happy Friday to you all. I know it's an irritating one, and I'll speak a lot about it within the show. But let's lift our heads high. Let's go through the charts, and let's prepare for the next major move. No more wasting time. Let's go. Friday, guys. Happy Friday. If you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Guys, how are we doing? Pop in the chat there. I know it's not easy at the moment. I'm just fixing my hair. I know it's been a tough week in general. Starting off, especially for us as well, with the whole bag thing and everything just going like super sour and things like that. And then the market's being super tough. Me getting quite sick. I'm having problems with my neck, getting really bad headaches at the moment. So I do apologize for not doing a show 2 days back. I did get a show out yesterday and spoke about us, losing those trends. And now that if we lost that major trend on Bitcoin, we can expect capitulation. And we're definitely getting capitulation within the market at the moment. I do want to see how you guys are doing. Okay, chin up, better entries. Exactly. Of course. We're going to stay here today that the opportunities have gotten even bigger, right? For many else, who would have thought Ethereum will be back at 2.8? It's crazy if you're not an investor and you know that there is still bullishness coming within the market in the next couple of months, ETFs, all of these sort of things, to catch and have some sort of money to buy, Ethereum at 280 is incredible. Seeing Injective back under the $20, seeing Cardano at the crazy levels. There's tons and tons of massive specials out there. And if you do have dry powder, it's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer to take advantage of these crazy specials. But I do want to just check in with your guys' mental states. I know it is pretty tough at the moment, myself included. It has been a really draining point, and it's pretty true, right? It's pretty true when you jump back to the market cheat sheet that the depression phase, the anger phase, you feel all these emotions. So we definitely know that, the market, especially when it comes down for a long period of time, or when it does these quick moves like this, it does hit the emotion cycle perfectly and shows how people get completely destroyed within these spaces. There's probably a lot of people that are going to quit within these stages. But I want to sit here today and I want to say, guys, we might wait a little bit of time. I'll go to the charts in a sec for the long-term bags to recover. Right? We might wait for a lot of these things to get back to the major levels. However, in the time, what you are seeing is a super volatile market. And once this market settles and bottoms, for this next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long it takes for Bitcoin to start to make its way back up to the higher time frame break. So we start making money on our bigger parts of our portfolio. We're going to trade the shit out of this market. I'm going to do the live trading sessions. I'm going to sit here and we're going to trade. Again, one thing right now is you can't do much with your long-term bags right now. However, we need to put our trading hats on and go get money back firstly, but take advantage of the crazy levels. You know, I've always spoken about if you got $10,000 to put into Sol, and you did, and you bought it at 150, and you bought it at 180, and you bought it at 160, and you bought it at these crazy levels. Now it's sitting at 110 or 120, you know, and you're out of capital. For me, now what I can do is I can take $1,000, I can slowly build it up within a leverage account, and I can also get $10,000 worth of Solana, yet I only put in 1,000. The difference is it takes me a bit of time, it takes me a bit of effort to get my entries, it takes a bit of surviving of the stop losses. Nonetheless, I can buy something at these cheap rates. So I'm going to show you the true power of trading. I'm going to show you that we're not going to quit in these areas. We just got to put our trading hats on and trade for the next couple of weeks. Right now, you got to wait for your long-term bags. We've got to wait for that to come back. And to be honest, it might come back very quickly at any moment. We know this market. If it can be like this to the downside, it gets even more aggressive to the upside. It can recover very quickly. All I want to say is that the hope's not gone. It just means we got to work hard now. We got to work hard and we got to fight it strong. But what I see is if I get any trades of Solana at 110 now in my trading accounts, you guys have seen what I can do with trading accounts, and I get it and that thing rallies up to 140. You know, I'm going to make a killing. I'm not only going to make money back, I'm going to be ahead at some points with a lot of my trading portfolios. So we're going to get to the point where we're going to have to do some live trading sessions. We're going to have to trade the market as much as we can while we wait for the long-term push to go. So I want you to be positive today. I want you to be strong today. And let's get through this capitulation. Once we're through the capitulation, the market will settle and we will rise yet again. Stay strong out there, guys. Stay strong. I need to explain to Mrs. where the money has gone. The missus will love you. Don't worry. You know, we go through these things often. Okay, let's jump into it, guys. So obviously, accumulation, anyone that's got money here, but just buy great levels. Like there's no doubt about it. You'll make money in the future, definitely. Nice prices coming at the moment, of course. Market's at a good place. Okay, so let's go. So Bitcoin lost major trend. We now have to start looking at our next support areas. Two massive support areas that we see over here. Is we do have the 52K zone and we got the $47,000 to $48,000 zone too. Now that we've dropped this level, we do have to look at these possibilities. These are two bounce areas for me. What we now need is a badass bounce. So it's probably going to be some news or something that's going to help. Maybe they say the German government has stopped now, or Mt. Gox has stopped. Something has stopped and the markets will recover very quickly. It's no doubt about it that this is fear that's hitting the market right now. People are panicking out. That's it. It's panic. Okay, which usually gets absorbed very quickly. Okay, because when someone panics out, you know, what happens is they panic out, they sit there now, and it's like, and the market tends to reverse. How many times, guys, put your hands up here, that every time you sell, the market goes up? Okay, that's exactly what happens in these stages. So we're seeing a lot of fear. Now we got to see buy-ups, and let's speak about what we want to see from the buy-ups. Just before that, I do want to show you guys here that on-chain, this is the second largest liquidation event in Bitcoin's entire history. Okay, this is like FTX levels. Crazy. The amount of fear, absolutely insane. So we're looking at right after the FTX collapse in November 2022. This comes amidst the news of Germany selling up to 3.5 billion worth of seized Bitcoin, and Mt. Gox begins paying back 8.5 billion to creditors, with the majority expected to be sold. So we're sitting with a decent amount. However, that's probably not even 2% of the entire Bitcoin supply. So because there's not crazy buying pressure at the moment, and everyone's been kind of at ease and not too sure where this market's going or what's happening at the moment, you're not seeing a tremendous amount of buying. Therefore, when you see up to $8 billion, you know, even up to $11 billion of Bitcoin being sold in a market where there's not much buyers, you are going to get over exaggeration in price. Okay, if there's not much buyers, not much interest, and there is selling pressure, you will see bigger moves than what you would normally see, you know, with these sort of things. But nonetheless, guys, it's not even 2% of the Bitcoin supply. Okay, it's not even, that's the thing. It's like we will get over the stage at the moment. However, there is fear. We are seeing exaggeration in price, and we are seeing these things. Gibson says happens all the time. It does. Okay, so that's a big thing over there. Looking at this over here, breaking over 500 million crypto liquidations in the past 24 hours. Massive liquidation. So the longs are getting absolutely wiped out. We know how the market works. When there's no more longs anymore and everyone's interest is all gone. Remember when Bitcoin is 15K, you know, eventually it starts to rally up pretty quickly. I think the difference here is, looking at the difference is, are we going to go sideways and trend in this market, or are we going to bounce very hard? I'll speak about that in a sec. There's a few other things I also want to go through over here. There's a whale that's been accumulating. Bitfinex whales accumulated Bitcoin for a large part of the bear market. As price started to go up in November last year, he started to upload part of his portion. Then after the ETF approval, large GTB flows, he accumulated again end of January. He started to unload more aggressively when we're going up towards 70K. With every dump now under 62,000, he's accumulating again slowly. So again, big wallets are buying up. Buying up a lot of these things. Then one of my favorite people in the world is obviously Miles. Love him to bits. Miss him lots. Not having him a band anymore, but miss him a lot. This is one of the most obvious long-term setups I've ever seen. Short-term Mt. Gox selling, German selling, long-term BTC ETFs, election, major political shift re-crypto. That's obviously a big one. And 60 billion FTX payout to customers. Okay, so it's quite interesting when you look at the short-term, it looks pretty bearish. Long-term looks super bullish. So again, you got to look at it, these sort of things. Here is the German government selling. So they've been selling a lot. You see $29 million of Bitcoin, $27 million is like, you can see a lot of Bitcoin being sold at the moment. That's what's creating the selling pressure at the moment. Again, I just want to see the last one over here. Quitter says here that sentiment is at panic and anger while this cycle is going exactly like the previous one. So if you see this over here, actually, every July, there is some sort of special straight after the halving. Guys, you know what we also got to do? The reason why there was a little bit of debate this year that the bull market might be quicker this year or might be faster, because when a bull market is actually meant to rally is the year after halving, not the same year as halving. The only reason it became a discussion was because Bitcoin broke all-time highs before halving, which it's never done before. So the question was it going to accelerate massively fast now? Now, if you go look at the previous halving cycle, it was the 2020. Bull market was only 2021. 2021 is when we really saw we saw everything rampage up. So technically, next year is the true year of where we're going. And I think the only reason we've been debating and fighting these current areas here was because of the all-time high break coming a lot sooner. But he's basically saying, hey, the sentiment's always been like this at these specific areas. We've seen it in this phase over here. In the 2016, we saw it in 2020, and now we're seeing it 2024. So yes, Germany lose a match tonight. No, guys, let them play one. It's not to wish that upon anyone. Okay. So it's a big thing. So now let's go through a couple of things. So obviously I'll go through alts, crazy weekly levels on alts, but Bitcoin, let's speak about the two buys. So we have 52. Okay, 52 is important because there's a monthly support that's in that area. And there's also a monthly support. If I show you guys over here, let's just squeeze the chart out. There's a monthly support at this area of 46 to 47. So that one now opens up. Okay, where previously we're like, it's not going to go there. Unfortunately, by losing the trend, there might be a possibility that it does go there. Will it stay there long? I don't think so personally. However, there is a possibility. So your two big bounce zones here are 52. Now let's speak about 52, 47. Let's speak about how do we know when the bottom's in. So how do we know when the bottom's in is basically a massive, massive, massive buy up. We got to get to a point. And the way that will basically work is two ways. The first one will be we trend sideways for a couple of days now. That will drive the market insane. Imagine the market goes boring now, guys. Imagine it dumps hard today and then just goes sideways for another 3 weeks. It will suck, right? But that is one scenario. Once that basically happens sideways, then we could see a squeeze. But ideally, the moment we get back above 63, 64 would then confirm short-term or temporary that bottom is in. Okay, that's the slow grind. That's where it gets, if they really want to torture the market, we go sideways now, either here or we drop down to the crazy 47s and then we go sideways. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. However, this is going to be a great range to trade. Plus, we'll be able to track this and catch that squeeze if it does happen. We're very good at catching those specific areas. I started buying 10% of dry powder deployed. Oh, nice. You got dry powder? You got dry powder? I don't have dry powder. I'm in. Guys, when I'm telling you, I feel you today. I am literally 99.5% on my entire net worth in the market. Literally. The only cash that I sit is my trading accounts. That's it. I'm grateful I have them because if Bitcoin falls to 40, I sit on there and I trade it. I trade it. Thank goodness, because I can make money by doing that. But when I'm telling you that everything is deployed, I'm in. When I tell you that Rand, 95% of his entire wealth is in crypto right now, That's 100%. Like, there's a lot that's happening. Yes. I'll speak about the long-term sec at the moment. So we got the devastating sideways sort of move. Then what we have is, this is fear. This is all fake. This is a capitulation. This is all trap. And what you'll see is, in the next couple of days, if not the next week or two, Bitcoin must be back above into this major trend line. If that happens, it was a trap. It shook out the whole entire market, got everyone absolutely destroyed. And then it basically happened. So what that basically means is DCAing makes a lot of sense, but we do want to wait for that push. To the upside. That for me then would confirm that the short-term bottom's in. Let's speak about a couple of other things. We obviously got the dominance going a little bit up at the moment, not rampaging too much, but definitely going up. Therefore, obviously forming, you know, a strong push down within alts. But it's basically rampaging. Again, this is actually a very long-term bearish pattern that's forming. As long as we get to these phases, there will be that collapse, and that's what you just got to keep your mind focused on. Keep your mind focused on the collapse of dominance, and every entry you're getting on altcoins now is for that alt rally that will come. We never really saw the true alt rally yet. We saw sparks of it. We saw sparks of Solana, sparks of Injective, sparks of Thorchain. Those sort of things gave you an idea of what it's like, but we did not see it just yet. And to be honest, you know, if we do, because now what I can do is, now that we've been slightly invalidated from my original thesis, now we can go back to the sense of, hey, we could be looking at a strong end of the year, and then the alts wake up. Like, you know, because last time I saw alts wake up around January, December, even the October sort of ranges were good. But nonetheless, I will die on my laptop here that we will see a dominance collapse before my end of the career. I'm telling you, and it's going to be so face melting, and then every single thing that I've ever said before will make sense. That is one thing I swear my entire damn life. I swear. So let's go back here to ETH. So ETH dropped the trend. I didn't expect to go this low. You know, we're looking at ETH passing ETF next week. We're looking at all of this bullishness coming into the market very soon. And now you're sitting at ETH at 2.8. It's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer, you know, for buys in these areas. But let's speak about the buy zone. So technically it did hit a 2.8, 2.9, but it does look like it wants to possibly go to around 2.6. So the market as a whole here can be seeing another leg to the downside, guys. Again, short term, another push to the downside in these areas over here. The only thing that invalidates that again is this getting back up to those areas. Until then, until we're below this trend, and any push up here can be fake, and there can be another leg to the downside. Just be aware of that. Oh, we need that. You need that. You're right. Is it working? Oh, maybe I should do the whole show like that. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Guys, I know it's a tough stage. Again, what I said is we will trade the crap out of this market and we'll get through this patch. It is tough. It is unexpected. Like, you know, to have all this unnecessary Bitcoin being sold and to have this exaggeration, it's annoying, you know, and it also irritates me that a lot of crypto people have spinach hands and they just flake out, right? Just flake out. However, it's the game we're in, and we gotta, those who stay alive are those who get rewarded. So there's my major areas on ETH. There is a crazy capitulation of 2.4. That would be Bitcoin goes to around in the late 40s. But nonetheless, guys, I still think that ETH will be above 4K to 5K this year. I do. I definitely do. We got ETH to Bitcoin running flat in a flag, a little bit of a drop there at the moment. So that's where ETH is catching up. This is crazy. If you go through a couple of altcoins, you've got Cardano coming to the original trend line over here. I actually want to show you guys this bull market trend on Bitcoin. So this is important. This is important to obviously stay above. This is the original trend that comes all the way from 2020. And we have those lows over there. And the moment we dropped that, we obviously sat in a long bear period. And then we made our way up to this big zone over here, which was that 48, and getting through it, okay, was a big thing. From that, we did see a little bit of a bull spark, right? We definitely saw a lot of these things. Now we're at that major trend line over here. So that's indicating, hey, we are getting to zones that this late 40s to 50 is where we must bounce to continue the bull market for this year. Okay, we bounced that. We're still on track. Okay, we're still on track. It's a little bit bumpy, but we're definitely still on track. I also want to look at I want to look at this over here. Fear and greed. Boom. We're back at the crazy fear levels again. So again, it's the perfect time to be buying if you can. And looking at obviously liquidations as well. Gone. I'm not seeing any liquidations here at the bottoms. I'm not seeing anything. I'm only but seeing it build at the top. And to be honest, the longer we sit a little bit sideways here, you're probably going to see a shit ton of leverage being built at the top. Lot of liquidations pools. Look at this. We just seen yellow. What does that mean? It means it's got to get absorbed at some point. Okay. And to give you a little bit of confidence, all of these absorbed levels are sitting at 60s, 63,000 again. Okay, so we're sitting at the low 50s, but all the liquidity is sitting up there. It's a no-brainer. We'll get up there again, right? We'll definitely get back into those major levels. Things like Cardano, crazy levels. Things like Thorchain, crazy levels. Back to the original highs. We're still higher, though, than the beginning of the years. Well, basically from the end of last year to where we are now. But we're in those major zones. So again, if you enjoyed the pumps that came there, they're back at the same areas of where you saw them. Things like NEAR. You know, this is the perfect time for you to go look at your portfolio now and go look at the balance of it. I got L1s, I got decentralized platforms, I got gaming, I got, DeFi. I have all, and get the best tokens, AI, just get the best tokens, get best prices now, and just keep focused on that. Okay, positive vibes only. Exactly. Guys, we've been here before, man. We'll fight. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not even easy coming and doing a show today. It's hard, actually. It's very hard to just come through and just, everything's good. But I know these days. And we get through them. And we see the other side. So just stay positive as much as you can. There's Doge back to these levels. Again, everything's indicating if Bitcoin does have that other spike down, you're looking at another 10 to 50% down. Nonetheless, on the high time frames, again, I want you to remember these crazy levels. And I actually want to show you something here on Bitcoin for a sec. Just want to show you guys on Bitcoin here. So if you look at this RSI, okay, this RSI, normal RSI, not the stochastic RSI. I just want to show you here on the normal RSI. This level that we are at, we have not been to a lot at all. So I actually want to just show you guys and mark these areas here. There we go. Okay. The last time we were here, Bitcoin was obviously 26, but there was the dump from 30 all the way down to that $24,000 zone. Before that was FTX. So the RSI hasn't been this low since FTX. Wasn't FTX and that collapse one of the best buys of your life? Definitely was. It definitely was one of the best times of your life. So you got to turn this into a bit of a positive and say, hey, I'm seeing a little bit of an opportunity I haven't seen many times before. So this RSI is super low on the daily again, which is crazy. If you think about selling your long-term bags, I think it's such a big mistake. Once market's up and rallies up over there, we don't get through levels, then you can offload stay. But definitely getting out at this point is a massive trap in my honest opinion. Really, I think it's a massive trap. Okay, let's go through a couple more, just give you a bit of an idea of where we're at. This weekend, guys, I think into weekly close, we'll see. Maybe there's a massive buy-up. We shall see. But for now, I think the market is going to slow bleed and go sideways, to be honest. And we'll see where we're basically at. We got XRP getting to crazy levels. We got AVAX getting to really good levels. I'll definitely buy AVAX if I had some more cash. Injective. Looks like it may be a little bit low, but this anywhere between this $14 and $18 range is a massive special on things like Injective. We got a Chainlink coming back. It broke out of that range, back into these lows, $10, $11. Great area. Yeah, nice time to buy. Terrible time to sell. Terrible time. Great. 39 cents for Phantom. Beautiful area on Phantom. Beautiful. We got Solana. Solana's still good. This thing's still really good, actually, if you look at it. It's one token that's held it really well. However, if Bitcoin does capitulate to another level, I think you're going to catch this thing just under $100, which I think is a great opportunity for Sol. But nonetheless, guys, you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for this. So if you're looking at some short-term trades, today, you don't want to get trapped too much. You want to be careful. But if you look at this, I see a lot of red and I see it's so easy to make money in this kind of market. It really is. It's shitty for my long-term bags, but to trade, it's very easy. I literally have to survive this period over here, this choppiness over here, and this trend break over here. I'll be back at 140 on one little pump from Sol. And that on a decent size level, decent size account, or not even a size of account, just a proper, you've built your account properly. You make a lot of money getting back up there. And I'm telling you in 3-4 trades, I'm telling you I can turn 10K into 200K. I'm telling you, and that's the goal here. The goal here is we're not getting much long-term. So I got to trade with you guys for the next couple of weeks. And we're going to open up the live tradings, and that's what we got to do. We've got to focus on the trading because, again, trading is highly profitable if you can. Survive these little patches over here. Be patient for that's why I love trend lines. This thing's telling me be patient. Breakout's only coming in a couple of hours. Don't waste too much time here. Enter little bits, put stop loss. Just be careful. When this breaks through, you start to push through. So a lot of good specials again on the market, but also a lot of good opportunities. Is MATIC coming back down to these lows. Whew. Good opportunity there, MATIC. We've got DOT. DOT still broke trend and still holding trend. So DOT is definitely out of strength. Come on, guys. We spoke about that. We needed a meme coin flush out. They're getting flushed. Bye, memes. It's been real. Thank you. Thanks for coming and ruining our season. I hope you stay dead. I'm sorry, I hate memes. I hate them. They slow down a shit ton for us the cycle, and you know what? They must die, in my opinion. Except Gummy and Baked, they can go to the moon. When it comes to the rest, they can all get absolutely obliterated. Here's THETA back at crazy levels, guys. $1 for THETA is crazy. This thing was back at $4 a couple months ago. 𝗕𝗘𝗪, good levels. So guys, we'll go and we'll do a lot of portfolio. I'll look at next week doing one portfolio show, and the rest will be trading shows. Most Altcoin buyers are cheap discount. Exactly, guys. So have a good Friday. Keep your heads up high. I remember, guys, I spoke about Swarm as well. You see the stock markets are ripping. They're doing incredible. And remember, real world assets, you can actually buy these things on chain. So Swarm, shout out to Swarm. Links below in the description if you want to trade other assets outside of crypto as well on chain, which is amazing. That is there for you guys below in the description. Guys, have a fantastic day. I love you lots, and I'll see you all on Monday. Much love.